Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, we're making something really easy and simple, but it is going viral right now. And typically I tend to stay really away from lots of viral things, but this grinder pasta salad is sweeping the web. And I did sort of bite the bullet last year and make the popular grinder sandwich that was a huge hit, and it's so delicious. I hope that you've made it, and if you haven't, go to laurainthekitchen.com to get the recipe and make it. This is essentially that in a pasta salad form. It really is a simple, almost like an antipasto pasta salad, but it has a mayo-based dressing. It's just delicious and a great thing to have in your back pocket this spring and summer as you are getting ready to do cookouts and entertain and the 4th of July and all the things that you're probably going to want to make some pasta salad for. It is really yummy. This is the hardest clove of garlic I've ever had to peel. But it's really easy and it's really simple. And like I said, you can make this a little bit ahead of time, or you can make it last minute. Let's start with the mayo-based dressing. I take some mayo, full fat. I never really like anything but full fat, to be quite honest with you. I never think anything tastes as good when it's not full fat version. Then some garlic. I like to grate my garlic, and you know I've told you this before, that when you grate garlic rather than chop it is much, much more pungent and almost spicy, and we love it, but you gotta be a little bit more careful. And some Parmigiano, I'm gonna add that right into the mayo. I did this for my grinder sandwich, and again, what a knockout that was. And then to sort of thin it out a little bit, and to give it a bit of acidity, I'm gonna use some pepperoncini brine. You can also use just a little bit of vinegar if you wanted to, and give it all a nice mix. And then you're going to season this with some salt and pepper. Freshly ground, always, of course. And some sale. Give it a stir. Now, I've already cooked my pasta. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is good. Okay, I've already cooked my pasta. I'm using, the shape is called radiators, and I love that, but you can use any shaped pasta that you like. I do like something like this, or like a rotini, because you've got lots of opportunity for the dressing to kind of get stuck in all of those layers. So I'm gonna take my pasta. This is the only time that I will find it acceptable to rinse your pasta under cold water. And that's just to shock it so that it doesn't cook any further and gets really gummy. Cook it al dente in plenty of salted boiling water. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take these beautiful multicolored cherry tomatoes, and I'm just going to give them a chop. I'm going to just cut them in half. If you have regular tomatoes, dice them. If you've got those teeny tiny tomatoes that are like half the size of a cherry tomato, leave them whole. It's a pasta salad, you guys. It is not something that needs to be really specific, or you need to have, you know, a super fine printed recipe to follow. It's just make it with what you like. If you like roasted peppers, add some in. How can that not be delicious, right? Just do as your heart desires. I'm going to chop some tomatoes, thinly slice some red onions, and then I'll show you the rest. I wanted to show you what I'm using for my deli meats that go into my pasta salad. I'm using some ham. This is honey smoked ham, which I really like. I'm using some sopressata, thinly sliced. You can use anything you have. If you got prosciutto, pancetta, if you got mortadella, listen, don't let me tell you what to do, okay? Don't let me tell you you can add your favorite things. If you want to add something spicy in here, some capicola, by all means, tailor it to what you like, because that always, in general, is what cooking is about. Just think of this as primarily just an idea, so that you can do that with that what you will. And then some sharp provolone. And that's going to be your base, okay? I julienne them like that just because I find it a little bit easier to work. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice up some pepperoncini. Use as many or as few as you like, okay? I love pepperoncini. I love the juice from pepperoncini, but just be careful because, see, do one of these, watch. Slice them over top of your dressing unless you buy them already sliced, because otherwise you're gonna get all that juice all over your counter. And I do seeds and all. Does not bother me. I like them all. Chopping some fresh oregano, because I do think that anything benefits from a little fresh herb action. Now here's what you do. If you're gonna make this ahead of time, you're gonna make this whole thing, you're gonna put the dressing right on, and then you're gonna cover it and pop it into the fridge until you're ready to use it. Until you're ready to serve it, I should say. When you go to serve it, you have an option, because the world's full of options, okay? You can add some arugula. Don't add it way ahead of time. I'm also adding a little bit of Italian seasoning, by the way. Don't add it too ahead of time, because all of your greens will get destroyed. Or you can add a little iceberg. I'm gonna add a little iceberg because I think it does benefit from a little crunch when you go to serve it, because you know how I feel about textures. Textures are so important. I feel like it can really make or break something, right? But first of all, look how beautiful, okay? She's beautiful. She's absolutely gorgeous. Add your dressing right in. Very pungent, very delicious. And all I used was a half a cup of mayo for the entire thing, and it may not look like a lot to you, and you can absolutely certainly add more, but what I don't want is a soggy pasta salad. Plus, as I said, this benefits from sitting for a bit, so as it sits, it just gets better and better and more delicious. And I am gonna add in that lettuce for crunch and texture and a little bit of freshness, and it's just delicious. It's definitely gonna be a go-to around here, that's for sure, because you've got all of the elements that I think make a pasta salad really good. You've got a combination of salty and briny, and then that pasta is kind of like your base that's gonna drink up all of the flavors that come out of the tomatoes and the onions, and it's pretty phenomenal. And this is a half a pound of pasta, and please look at the size of this. Please look at the size of this. It's spectacular, and it's easy, and you're gonna love it. Let me just give it a little taste of my roux. And like I said, it does get better and better as it sits. So, you guys, it is just delicious. Make it ahead of time, cover it, pop it in the fridge at least an hour or two before you serve it, and then add your greens and then serve it. Your people are going to absolutely love it. Go to laurainthekitchen.com for the written recipe. I hope you enjoy spending time with me. Happy fun food season, my friends, because it is our time to shine, and you've come to the right place. See you next time.